What are you doing?
What the shit? What the shit?
Stop. Stop.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Now I'm gonna call police.
Call the police.
Call the police.
Stop. You're gonna hit that pregnant woman?
No.
Get away from my wife. The hell is your problem?
Can you call the police?
Get away from me. Get away from me. Go. What's your problem?
What's your problem? What's your problem?
Can you get away from my wife?
Stop.
I'll punch you. Get away from me.
I'm gonna punch you too.
Punch me.
Okay.
What the hell?
All 29, we got contact with the other individuals. 7-4.
On the day following a physical altercation at a Panera Bread restaurant in Jonesboro, Illinois, 4 officers arrived at a residential address to execute an arrest for battery. The subject, identified as Alexandra, had been located via a third-party license plate report. This analysis examines the legal standards governing the arrest, the Miranda advisement, and the evidentiary basis for the charge.
Hi, Alexandra.
Hi.
How's it going? I just gotta have a couple of words with you real quick, okay?
Sure.
Okay. So here's the situation. Okay. So yesterday you had an incident at Panera, correct?
Right.
Okay. So due to that, there are charges for battery that are placed against you. Okay?
Against me?
Against you. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to place you under arrest for battery. That being said, I will be more than happy to read your Miranda rights now before I do any other further questioning. Are you good with discussing this in front of your husband?
Of course.
Okay, all right, okay.
You're trying to arrest me?
So, the person that you made contact
He wa-
with yesterday,
Did you know what he did to me?
I watched the video, because there's videos of it, okay?
Right.
There's videos of it, and then we also have video footage of the female manager who had video recording inside the Panera, okay? So, per their manager, and per the video that we watched, okay, it shows you as the initial aggressor, okay?
I didn't do anything. He just stepped in front of me, and I said, well, I don't like what you're wearing.
Okay. So again, we have more than we'll be going back to the PD, and we'll have a further discussion on it, okay? But if you don't want to speak further, I can read your Miranda rights now, and then we can do it again at the PD. If you don't want to give any further statement on it now, that's fine. But
Can you say what actually happened or what the video shows?
so the video shows an altercation between your wife and a male party who is in between his wife, who is recording your wife due to her actions that happened at the Panera.
No, her wife was recording
Recording
me.
you, yes,
So,
correct.
so I said stop recording
Right.
because I'm talking to him. I didn't attack her. I didn't have any. I didn't even see her.
Did you attempt to grab the phone?
Yes.
Okay. So she's allowed to record you. It's a public area. It's much unfortunate as it is, you're allowed to record people at a public area. Okay? So you can't be grabbing people's phones. Okay?
I didn't.
I understand. Okay? So again, just for the sake of everything right now, I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights. Okay? After that, we are gonna be placing you under arrest for battery. Okay?
What do you mean?
We're going to be placing you under arrest for battery.
But what does this mean?
Okay, so in the state of
means that-
Illinois, a battery is anything.
No. What means to arrest? I'm gonna go to.
You,
We'll
okay,
be
so you,
transporting
jail?
you we'll be transporting to the Jonesboro Police Department, and you will be booked and processed. Okay? That doesn't mean that you're going to jail. Okay? But it does mean that we do have to take you back to the police department. We have to go through the procedures that we have. Okay? And then a state's attorney will decide what happens next. Okay? So
my
just
daughter is so
right off the
sick.
bat, you have the right to remain silent. with your drink, any question. You cannot afford attorney when we appoint you, represent you before any questions. You have the right to attorney at this interview anytime. Okay, do you understand the rights that I've read to you?
Yes.
Okay. So I just need an acknowledgement on it. I understand that you're saying it, but do you understand the rights?
No, I really, I will.
Okay, so
it's
in
not,
layman's
you know,
terms,
it's not
in
my
layman's terms,
native language.
just in regards to this, in layman's terms, okay, you have the right to an attorney, okay? You do not have to give a statement, okay? And you have a right to an attorney, and that attorney can be present with you when we go back to the police
How
department.
do I get attorney? I never was in the problem with the law.
So, if you do
So-
not have an attorney,
This guy attacked me, and
if you don't, if you do not have an attorney, we can find an attorney for you.
right now.
If you know of an attorney, if you would like,
Well, does she need one?
that is up to
That's
her.
up to
Because
her.
because
is-
you started talking and you still didn't tell me what exactly happened. What does the video show?
The video shows that your wife attempts to take a phone from a female. The husband of that female gets in between them because he does not want her to be taking the phone. At that point,
He was between us. He was all the time.
and I understand that because he did not want you taking his wife's phone. Okay.
No,
There was a
no, not
There
that.
was a small tussle because in the video it shows you looking like you're about to throw coffee.
But I didn't.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. The coffee was not spilled on that person.
Right.
However,
but coffee was spilled on me.
However, after you had the tussle with the coffee, you made contact with the left side of his face. You swung at his face.
He did because he threatened me. Did she show you
He
that?
did not.
He said, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit
You
you.
said several times that you were going to hit him.
No, I'm gonna hit you.
Okay. So again, that's essentially what happened. She made contact with the left side of his face. Okay.
No,
After that-
I wanna see that video because I was so nervous that I just don't
And
believe
that's
it.
and that's fine. You have a right to see that video. I'm just telling you from what we've watched, that is what happened. Okay? And the video and the manager of the Panera who reviewed their video footage informed me that you were the one that started the altercation between the two. Okay? So again, my main question at this point, because I read you your rights, I want to make sure that you understand. Okay?
Here, just for sake of transparency,
here's the
I have the video. This is on social media. This is on an app called Reddit. Okay? So this is just from the beginning of what they did.
The phone. I want to take the phone. See?
Oh my god!
Because he poured coffee on me. So what I should do?
But like I said, I'm just showing you all this. It's just in the sake of full transparency. This is publicly available on multiple social media.
Great. Let's see what they did. Let people see what they did. So he started it because he poured coffee on me.
Well-
See? And then I said, okay, it's not worth it. I'm not gonna talk with some terrorists here.
Why would you call that person a terrorist?
Because he threatened me. So I see he pushed me again. Do you see that? That he kept pushing me.
I understand, but the problem is this whole incident was provocated by them alleging that you, and part of my language, but this is what they claim you said, that you walked up to them and said Palestine because they had the word Palestine on the back of their their shirt. That is what provocated this. That's what would make you the primary aggressor on
And
this.
then I say, well, why are you making this political statement?
I know,
You're killing the
but
Jews
the
because it's true.
point being is that's what
So
started all
they
this.
can
Okay?
say kill the Jews, and we cannot.
I'm
say
not
that.
agreeing or disagreeing with that.
We are not taking any political stance on anything that's happening right now. The only thing that we are here to discuss is the battery that occurred at Panera.
So you see that he was pushing me all the time. If he would just let me go, it would just be over.
So again, I
Freedom
read-
of speech, right? There is freedom of speech in this country.
There-
So
there
they can
is-
say, I can say.
And again, I'm not taking anything away from your civil rights. I'm not saying anything against their civil rights. The only thing that we are here to discuss right now is the battery and disorderly conduct that occurred at Panera. Okay? The reason I read you Miranda rights is because if you do
Are
want
you
to give
gonna
anything-
arrest him? That is my question, because he was actually charging at me. I just said I can send whatever I want, but he was charging at me, and he said, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. I felt threatened. He terrorized
So
me.
at what time did he say he was going to hit you? Because if it was during that video,
Oh, I'm sure she got rid of this. I was wondering if that's why I didn't want her.
So did that occur prior to you pointing at them and saying what you said, or did it happen after the fact in between?
After at some point we were already like in disagreement. So I just I don't know exact moment, but I know we were like in I think I don't know if it was before or after he poured the coffee on me, but he threatened me. I swear. I mean, it doesn't matter.
So
The officer read Miranda warnings before any custodial questioning, correct sequencing under Miranda versus Arizona, 384 U.S. 436, 1966. The advisement was informal and fragmented, but courts hold that technical imprecision does not invalidate the warning so long as the substance is communicated. Alexandra verbally acknowledged understanding. A critical problem. Alexandra continued to speak at length after receiving Miranda warnings, providing a detailed counter-narrative on record before invoking silence. Her husband correctly intervened, advising her to stop. But the damage was done. Every statement made post-Miranda is admissible and available to the state's attorney as evidence. Alexandra raised a self-defense claim under 720 ILCS 571, arguing the male party verbally threatened and physically advanced on her first. Illinois law permits defensive force only when a person reasonably believes it is necessary to prevent imminent bodily harm. When pressed on the timeline, Alexandra could not establish whether the threat preceded or followed her own initial provocation. That evidentiary gap is fatal to a self-defense argument. The officer correctly framed the Palestine comment as legally relevant not for its political content, but as evidence establishing who initiated contact. The First Amendment, as affirmed in Snyder v. Phelps, 562 U.S. 443, 2011, protects offensive political speech. It does not insulate a speaker from liability for the physical escalation that speech triggers. The distinction is legally precise, and the officer applied it correctly. On the purse search, the officer advised Alexandra to leave non-essential items with her husband. This is legally accurate. Under Chimel v. California, 395 U.S. 752, 1969, a search incident to arrest extends to the person and items within immediate control. Bringing the purse into the vehicle subjects the entire contents to lawful search. The officer's advice was not discretionary, it was a direct application of Fourth Amendment doctrine. The officer receives a B+. Miranda was offered preemptively. Public recording rights were explained accurately. The purse search advisory was constitutionally correct. Critically, he declined to engage with the political framing, keeping legal focus on the physical conduct, not the speech. Deduction. The Miranda advisement was informally delivered for a subject with apparent English fluency limitations, and no follow-up was documented on the other party's alleged verbal threats.
again, I just want to clarify because I want to make sure that it's for our purposes and for the purposes further. Did you understand what I explained? Okay, can you explain it to her so that way she would understand it?
Well, don't say anything anymore. He read you the rights, that you have the right to the attorney, and you don't have to say anything, whether you'll be guilty or not guilty, or you don't have to say anything, okay? Because they're gonna use everything against you.
Is injustice.
Well, it is injustice, obviously, but that's how they do stuff. So, you know.
Again, I've read you your Miranda rights. I will do so again once we get back to the police department, okay? At this time, though, okay, whatever belongings that you do not want coming with you, I suggest you leave with your husband. We will then have to place you under arrest, and we will be taking you back to the police department.
Can I go with her, or
You can go to the PD. You can't go with her in one of our squad
But you
cars,
can
but
come
you're
to the
more than
station.
welcome to go to the station. You would just have to drive there yourself. We can't take you in the squad car.
Oh, I always wanted to. Where is the police
So
station?
it's at 850 Curtis in Downers Grove. If there's anything that she doesn't want brought there, she can leave it with you, and then we will place her under arrest. We'll take her back to the police department, and then you can follow us to the police department, or you can meet us there.
This is
I
so crazy.
will follow since I can
Okay.
go with you guys.
This
Can I
is
get dressed up?
Yes, you can.
You can get dressed. Unfortunately, your wife has to sit here. We will wait until you get back.
Man, why don't you give your husband your purse? I mean, you don't need it.
I do need it.
Okay, that's fine if you want to bring it.
If you want to bring it, it's just like I said. It's just if it's extra stuff. If you don't want to,
I-
bring
Well,
it.
then
My-
doesn't
my-
she need
my-
like
my
ID
daughter
and
is-
stuff?
is-
Because then you're gonna ask for ID, and she won't have ID.
So
So,
we-
then you're
we-
gonna say like, "Oh, you have
we
no
already
ID."
have
We
that.
already have her identification.
But
up there.
if you bring your purse with you, we have to search that entire purse and all its contents. So I'm
That's
just
why
trying to
we-
help with your privacy.
So if you don't want us to go inside your purse,
You can bring your wallet and your
Yes.
phone if you want. That's fine.
it's just
and then leave the rest
it's
of the
for our
purse.
policy at the department. If she brings a bag, we
So,
have to search the bag.
so the people basically copied the license plate. That's how this thing started. I mean, how did they know her name and address and everything, and suddenly 4 cops show up here?
So we were able to get her information via our computer.
Okay, but computer is not so smart. Somebody had to input the information in the computer. So I'm asking,
So a
how do we go?
third party person informed us of her information.
Of course.
Okay, let me.
Yes, go ahead and get changed.
All right. So, ma'am, we do have to put you in handcuffs. Okay, that
Oh
is
my
part of
God.
the policy.
We will not put you in the squad car until your husband returns. If that'll make you feel more comfortable, okay. But for the purposes
No,
of this incident,
did you arrest him? I want to see him arrested for what he did. I still have coffee on,
okay,
on my.
but
On
ma'am,
my I was looking at this. My hair was wet, but everything
ma'am,
was wet. My face
I know,
was
but
wet.
had you not made the comment that you made and kept on going on with it,
Because if he wouldn't react, you know, how many people attack me? Okay, because you have a silly accent or something. So I'm gonna go after them.
I can't make any comment on that, man, because I'm not in your shoes. The only thing that we can make comments on are what we know.
and if what you're telling me is the truth, that if someone makes fun of your comment or your accent and you don't do anything about it, I applaud you for your restraint. The problem is in this situation, you were the one who made the initial contact between that couple and yourself by the comment that you made, and that devolved the situation into where we're at now.
Okay.
No, it's not. I know that you're doing your job, but this is crazy. I did.
So what we're gonna do is, to make it more comfortable for you, I will cuff you in front. So it will not be behind your back; it will be in front. Okay. So the other officer here will hold on to your property. Okay.
And just put your hands kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Put the stuff in your pocket.
We have to hold on to it because we've had people call and record with phones in the past, so we have to put the stuff in the front of the car.
Well, so what's wrong if she's recording? If she got recorded at Panera and you're saying it's perfectly legal, so it's like double standard now.
Well, we're actually recording in the car itself, but again, it's just our policy that the stuff
I know.
goes
I'm making
personal
sure
property
that's
goes
yeah,
into the front of the vehicle or the rear of the vehicle, not with the person that's in the vehicle. So, I'm not going to go looking through any of this. I'm not going to try to unlock your phone, nothing like that. It's just going to go right into the front seat of my partner's
So
car.
sit tight real quick, because I'm going to double lock this so they don't tighten on you when you're sitting inside the vehicle. Okay.
Wow. Oh my God.
Let me go ahead and move it for you.
What's wrong with that? Oh, where's my phone?
I have it right here. Right here. Go in the car.
phone.
We will allow you to talk to your daughter as soon as we get to the police department. Okay.
This is so unjust.
And just so you know, ma'am, there's a camera on in
That's
there. and
good.
it's
That's
recording.
good. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not a.
She is facing 2 counts of a hate crime and 1 count of disorderly conduct.
Alexandra receives a C. The battery charge carries a viable evidentiary basis, a camera admission on the phone grab and officer testimony on the face strike. Her self-defense timeline was inconsistent under direct questioning. She spoke extensively post-Miranda, placing herself on the record. Credit is given for full compliance during the arrest, no physical resistance. The husband receives a B. His Miranda guidance was substantively correct and timely. Deduction. He initially questioned whether an attorney was necessary rather than invoking the right immediately, allowing Alexandra additional time to speak on the record before he intervened. 3 takeaways from this encounter. First, Miranda warnings are not a formality. Once read, silence is the only safe response. Speaking after warnings, however briefly, creates admissible evidence. Second, self-defense claims require a clear documentable timeline. Vague testimony about when a threat occurred cannot sustain the defense in court. Third, protected speech and civil liability are independent legal questions. What you say may be constitutionally protected. What you do in response to a reaction is not. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching.